What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Unmasked Podcast. What do you recommend them do or not do as far as like coming out of high school and pursuing a career someday?
Covering it up, that's cheating. I should wear a hoodie.
Wait, why do you think I like doing it in here?
Hey, why do you think I have the chair arm right here so it covers me?
Oh, I don't want to fuck the hat up. What, dude? I like taking care of my stuff. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. There we go. Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Got you.
Un, dos, tres. Un, dos, tres.
Dos, tres. Un, dos.
Un, dos. Hello.
Oh, you got the good one.
Never tried this one.
Oh, fuck.
Never tried this one.
Yeah, it's good. Hey, are we allowed to cuss? Are we live?
Come on, dog. Are we allowed to cuss? Are we?
Are we live?
We are live. What's up, everyone? What's up, Ivan? Welcome to another episode of the Unmasked Podcast. This is part 2 for you.
Yes, sir.
You excited?
Yeah.
Nervous? Just like the first time?
Let's see where we go.
I'm going to be honest with you. I am going to be honest with you. So I wrote a script kind of to keep it a little bit more, not all over the place, kind of a little bit more scripture. Not scripture, but like, what does he say?
Yeah, like on a certain, like,
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah. I forgot my other recording device at work. So that thing that I was supposed to, use the scripture for is Gownski's, is now recording for you. Mm-hmm. But I feel like you're a guy that I can really talk to, and you're a person I can really talk to. Obviously, it's 2025. You can say who, he, them, they, shim, they, whatever.
Let's not get into it.
But you're somebody I can really talk to, and I feel like just like last time, it got a little emotional, but it got deep. Didn't get emotional, but it got deep. So welcome again to the podcast, brother.
Thanks, man. Happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here. Please tell me where can someone get one of these fly ass hats really quick?
Garza _remodeling on Instagram. Let me know. Pre-order $25.
$25. You want to give a shout out to the person that makes your hats?
Oh yeah, 555 collection. Thank you. Never failed.
And if you'd like to follow me back, we can maybe collab a little bit. I love a follow back. I follow you. Thanks to Ivan, obviously. How's business been, brother? God, you've been all over the place.
Oh man, I've been blessed, man. I can't say that enough. Luckily, I get the opportunity to do projects for people. Sometimes even projects that even amaze me, dude. Like it's been great. It's been great. I'm not gonna say it's been the steadiest because everything has its ups and downs, but again, I think the economy right now is a little bit rougher, but luckily I stayed busy, That's the good part.
How has it improved since the last time we spoke? We had this podcast maybe 2 years ago?
A
year ago? Last year?
Ivan was a couple months. He's about to be 2, so probably like a year and a half.
Yeah.
So,
how is little Ivan doing?
Oh, dude.
How's fatherhood treating you?
I love it, man. It's totally one of those things where you don't know what to expect. You don't know if you're ready, but you just take it as it comes and you roll with the punches, bro.
Bro, he's going to be a heartbreak kid, bro.
Oh, I told you. Luckily he didn't get the green eyes because, damn.
It would have been killer.
Yeah,
that's what I tell people about. I wish my daughter would have got my light brown as in son. I feel like she would have been a killer too, you know what I'm saying? But she's all right. I mean, she'll do okay for herself.
Yeah, man. It's different whenever you have a son, you're like, oh. And then when you have a daughter, you're like, oh, no.
Yeah, that's how I feel, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like if we would have had a boy at first, my whole perspective on kids would have been 180. But, I'm like, hell yeah, I'll break hearts. Obviously, I want my daughter to break hearts, but I'm like, please don't break her little heart.
Don't break my heart.
Don't break her little heart, bro.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it now. But, so fatherhood has been treating you good. Bro, what happened to your car the other day, bro? That's insane to me.
Oh, man, a lot of people don't even know this, man. Yeah, car was parked outside, got rear-ended, 2 a.m. Guess the driver fell asleep at the wheel, and it got totaled, dude.
Jeez.
As you can tell, that's why I had to get another car.
Bro, and I saw, and I was just like, when you sent me the video, I was like, no way. This is AI, dog. AI nowadays, you never know anything. Jesus. Well, at least the good thing is, hopefully the driver's okay, Mm-hmm. I'm glad nobody was in the vehicle when it happened. But kind of want to jump right into it, right? So.
Wait. Let's cheers it, buddy.
This was I didn't pick this one. I've actually never tasted this one. We did kind of like what is it?
A beer roulette.
A beer roulette. So I got a Vicky Chamoy. never really been a. Oh, that's fire. Oh, that's gas.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gas.
Told you.
Meaty obviously couldn't have had one, but she can't right now. Maybe in like 3 weeks. 3 weeks we'll get drunk. Not that I get drunk or anything, but
like I
nowadays I'm like, it's funny because he came up and asked me like, "Hey, do you drink?"
Yeah.
I don't. Oh no, I don't really drink, but yeah, I don't drink either.
But I just wanted to give you your flowers, man, and cheers for we're both doing our thing. Nobody understands how hard it is to do your own thing. It's one, and then for you especially, since you're not getting reimbursed for your time or any of that. So you're doing it straight out of passion. I do it out of passion, but my dreams don't. They don't live off of passion.
Right, right. And that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, dude, like you're doing your thing, but you're getting compensated for it. Not that I'm like, oh, I wish I was getting paid. Yeah, obviously I wish, but it's a little different, bro. I don't gotta lift the hammer. I don't gotta put on drywall. I don't gotta come up with amazing designs and make sure everything's to the T because you can't miss by even a centimeter. So, brother, it's different.
Actually, dude, this is
get out of here.
Like I know this is one thing that I want to just put out there. Nothing's ever perfect. See, in my business, it's hard to say, oh yeah, everything's perfect. It's not. You just gotta disguise the flaws good enough to where you don't notice the imperfections. And that's the thing. Like people can't expect perfection because a new home, old home, nothing's ever square, level, plumb, nothing. You just gotta try to do the best you can with what you got.
That is true, even with the new home.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, there were so many imperfections in this thing.
You're telling me.
No.
I get people messaging me about it all the time.
Yeah, it's so that's actually a really good question I was going to lead to. Would you rather work on an older home or a newer home? As far as when it comes down to, like, maybe working on imperfections or working on upgrades.
It just depends how old the home is. Like, I've done 200-year-plus homes. Usually a little bit harder. We've had to replace the plumbing on one of them. Like it was galvanized plumbing. And then, most of them, they're all like when they're that old, they're gonna be galvanized. And then it's just a lot of things, man. Like the walls don't have studs. They have like these big old 1x10 planks. That's what's kind of holding it up. It's crazy. So I mean, honestly, anything I would say probably like 70s and up. I don't mind working on. Anything lower than that sometimes can be a little struggle because you get into lead-based paint, asbestos, all kinds of fun stuff,
Now, would you say, though, that for a lot of people that don't know or a lot of people that are looking to buying homes around, because obviously a lot of people are looking to buying homes again, for all the new potential homeowners out there, do you think that the base, right, so like the structure, is better on older homes? Because I have heard they are as opposed to newer homes, right?
The wood on the older homes is a lot better. That's always gonna be great, but a lot of the time, sometimes like, you can't just base it off of that. It has to be not too old, but not too new. Like I would probably I would say anywhere from the 70s and up. When you start getting copper in the walls, the electrical's a little bit more updated too. Because that's another thing that whenever you look into these older homes, you got to make sure that some of the plumbing isn't that galvanized because that one it's a headache to fix. Once you got copper, it's easier, especially now with the new homes with the PEX pipe, that's even easier to, do a little repair and whatnot.
Yeah.
Especially since you don't got to get heat involved, like in an attic, wherever, sometimes you get leaks. Imagine trying to solder a pipe and then, if you're around flammable things. So, yeah, with the new PEX pipe, it's pretty easy, man. I like that.
Oh, yeah. Now, as your process as a licensed contractor, has it changed from when you started taking projects to now to where you're like more, como se dice, a little bit more seasoned?
What do you mean by change?
Like as far as like, do you require deposits? Do you not require? Do stuff like that? Because I've seen your posts and obviously I keep up with your posts and I like every single post as much as I can. And you have posted some stuff in the past where it's like in regards to shit like that.
Yeah, dude. It gets. It's things that you don't, not that you don't think about, but it's just things that you learn with experience. With times, sometimes you got to put on there, like, for example, one of the things that I put on there is, make sure the payments are given on time. If not, it's going to be $100 per day. Oh, well, that's a lot. Well, don't be late. That's simple. Especially, because sometimes, I forgot. Hey, we should have read the contract. Because, sometimes, like right now, I got a worker, shout out to my cousin. And, I got to make sure I got money to pay him. Sometimes I, have to buy materials and whatnot. And just, you can't be without anything either. It's just, I don't like to leave so much money on the table either because, there's a lot of these things. Yeah, or not just that. You see a lot of like, oh, they didn't pay me at the end or stuff like that.
Bro, have you seen those videos like on TikTok where there's like, I think there's one specific one that I'm thinking about where the workers were recording the guy saying, hey, you did it completely wrong. This isn't what I asked for. And the guy's like, no, this is definitely what you asked for. That starts smashing the fucking concrete. Like, smashing that shit.
That he said he wanted at a certain angle.
The old dude, right? Yeah.
It's crazy. And that's why I like, especially with videos like that and stuff like that, I like to, be as descriptive as possible on the contracts. This is what's included. This is what's not. I don't do this. I do this. I do provide this. I don't provide this. Because a lot of the times, once you make a contract, people are like, oh, you're not going to do this? I was like, the proof is right there. Like, I told you what I was doing, what I wasn't doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Some people are like, oh, well, you're already there. Can you do this? That's another thing I learned. I learned from that because it's like, sometimes you're trying to be helpful, but then things end up biting you in the ass, dude. It ends up taking a lot longer than you expected. Something else goes wrong, and since you already messed with it, now you got to fix it.
Yeah, that's what you said before. That's what you said in the past, and too, that kind of ties in with like nice guys finish last because you're not a bad person. From the years that I've known you, you're not a bad person, but also you're not a pushover, right? So like when someone comes in like, pero me puedes hacer esto porque ya estás aquí, you're already here. Like sometimes as a nice guy, you don't want to say no, but as a businessman, you gotta say no.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like I'm the type of person that if I'm there and I notice something, I'm gonna let you know about it. Like be like, hey, we could fix this now. It'll be easier for us to fix now instead of you having to fix it later. It will be an additional price. Do you want to do it now or not? Right. I let them know. Some people, I mean, I haven't heard, but I've heard of other cases like elsewhere where they just cover it up and then that's it. They don't even mention it to the homeowner. No. A couple months later, they got other issues. And it's like, I'm already here. I could point it out. Some people don't like to get into repairs. Or like some people will just do, like they'll just stick to one thing. Obviously,
they're there to do what they're going to get paid for.
Yeah, and it's like, well, man, it's like, I get it. But at the same time, I mean, if you communicate well, and, you tell the owner what's going on, maybe, you could work something out with them too, where you can help them fix it up. And that way, at the end of the day, I always look out for people. I try to look out for people. But at the same time, I got to look out for myself.
No, all of you. I mean, you're getting paid for what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, but it speaks highly of you for going above and beyond and giving them a heads up. Because what if it does turn into something even worse?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Because I'm a homeowner. Right. I see this. Things happen, and it's like, man, I wouldn't want to be in that predicament. Later on, like, man, well, you could have done it while you were there. Why didn't you say something? Yeah. And I have heard stories like that. So that's why I was like, no, like I like to communicate as much as I can. Give them a heads up. Hey, I noticed this, or hey, there's termites, or hey, I noticed that you have a leak. This is almost rotted out. There's a lot of mold here, stuff like that. Just so they know. So I'm not just I'm not just covering it up and be like, oh, I didn't see anything.
Homes are expensive.
Oh yeah.
And repairs are even more expensive.
Oh, and then it's a never ending project. Mm-hmm. It's a never ending project.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yasmin, as supportive as can be, man, you got a good one. You've talked about it before. She's helped you out through so much. I feel like now how's motherhood been treating her? I mean, to your perspective, like, she's holding the fort down.
She's a great mother, a great wife.
Shout out to Shark Bait.
Can't complain.
Inside nickname.
Love you, baby.
Oh my God.
Shh. It's on camera.
If it's not on camera, it's not real.
Hey, but
talk about that, brother.
Dude, she's amazing, man. It's crazy how everything just fell into place, and she's been she's been here even before any of this, before I even knew what I wanted to do. To be honest, like I said before, I didn't want to do this. I always wanted to go against it, but it just kept calling my name, and I just stuck to it.
When we were at BC,
yeah. Exactly.
Shout out BC.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, when we were at BC, brother, it's been a long journey. I feel like that's what life is, though. Like, you're taking one route, and then it's something that's calling your name, and it keeps fucking pulling you back. Mm-hmm. Keeps pulling you back.
And sometimes it's like we're so focused on, oh, let's do this because this is what everybody's telling you should do. But in reality, it's like you got to stop focusing on what everybody's doing and just whatever is your thing, That's the thing that really matters because I was like, dude, yeah, everybody could say do this and do that, but it's like at the end of the day, you're not going to be happy doing it. And it's like, nah, like you gotta find yourself in order to find out what it is that you want to do.
Yeah.
And and it's hard, man, especially whenever, like, let's say in high school, whenever you're trying to fit in or you're trying to be with the cool kid to do this, you know, you don't even know who you really are. And then that's why I think it's like, for me, whenever since high school, they try to push you like, oh, you got to know already what you want to do. It's like, man, you don't figure it out.
Shit, I still don't even know what I want to do.
You want to do this?
I want to do this, and I want to do this stuff, and I want to do this and that, you know. So, no, yeah, that's what life is, though.
It is.
We don't know our next move.
We're never prepared.
No.
You don't know anything. You just go with, like I said, you just roll with it.
Yeah, you roll with the punches. But I mean, as long as everything is health-wise is where it's supposed to be. Like, you can keep your head on straight and keep on pushing forward. You know?
Yeah. But back to the topic, I forgot. I jumped around.
Yeah, now you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
Hey, you didn't jump around.
She's great, man. She's a really good mom. Ivan knows a lot. You know, she works with him all the time, and just, you know, he never ceases to amaze me. And she's actually, you know, able to capture every moment for me while I'm at work. So that's the beauty of it. You know, I don't miss out on anything because she's, you know, always with him and able to send me videos, pictures. And it's just like, man, sometimes I feel like I need that while I'm at work. You know, sometimes you get into like little things when, you know, you're like, man, I can't figure this thing out. And just a simple picture or a video, and you're like, oh, okay, man, it smooths you out again, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's what kids do. Kids mellow us out.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
They teach us a lot more than anything in life, dude. It's just crazy.
I don't know I don't know if I've ever asked you this. Did you ever get into like reading baby books and stuff like that?
Like with Ivan?
Like, yeah, like before you had him, or before your wife had him.
No, I didn't. I mean,
me neither.
I don't even read myself sometimes, you know.
No, me neither. And well, the point I was trying to make with that is, even then, like, because I know Meaty read a ton of stuff because she loves reading, but sometimes it's not in the books, you know. So it's what life is.
Ivan actually, Yasmin does with Ivan, where she tells him a story. She tells him a story, and he'll be like, "Mommy, story?" Like, for his age, I feel like he knows a lot. Like, I'm telling you, he talks a lot. He loves baseball. He just loves being outside. He loves cows. What the hell?
We're gonna take an intermission. All right, we're back, people. So you were saying
Talking about my son, right?
Yeah, you're talking about your son.
Yeah, man.
Story time.
Yeah, he loves story time. And he just repeats everything. You know, man, like I said, he never ceases to amaze me. It's just crazy. Like, I love that boy. Like, even right now when I had to come, I was like, man, I just got home, but I was like,
oh, I know, bro. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, dude. It's like whenever I leave to work too. Luckily, he's asleep, because if not, it would be like, fuck, I don't want to leave, but I have to, you know.
No, you don't have to.
Well, yeah, but what am I gonna do at home, you know?
Just kidding. No, we have to.
Yeah,
we have to. So far, I mean, you've had so many builds. So far, what is your favorite one, or which one stuck out to you the most?
Off the top of my head,
yeah, or you can give me top three, because obviously sometimes it's hard to pick one.
Top three. Well, let's count this last one as one full project, because it was 2 restrooms.
Yeah, that one.
That one would probably be, yeah, that one's probably the top one. Number 2 would probably be that big flip right before it, where I redid the whole kitchen, installed all the new cabinets, that big old island in it. You know, we put all the new handles, all that stuff. That would be the part 2, or number 2. And number 3, I can't get away from the Spanish tiles. I love those Spanish tiles. Like, I honestly, man, I wish I would get more custom projects like that. I love the custom stuff. Like, it's cool because people get to express themselves, you know, get to do something out of the normal. And I like that. Like, especially like with the 2 showers, you know, different colors on the walls, like even the tiles, everything's it's to them, to their liking.
Yeah. So this is gonna be my question to you. Do you, or does your customer, obviously they hit you up, hey, I'm thinking about doing something like this. Mm-hmm. Do they utilize like AI? Like, are you gonna start using AI a little bit more, or have you used it at all in the past to look at kind of like ideas and like, hey, transform this bathroom, add these sort of colors, this sort of tile and stuff like that? Or have you used it at all in the past?
Anyway, to be quite frankly, I barely even know how to use a phone or a laptop. Nah, I don't really do any of that. I just like visualize it. I tell people, send me your inspo. Send me what your restroom looks like. Tell me what you want to do. It's because I sometimes I'll draw it out here and there, but a lot of the times it's kind of like you just have to like see it in person. Especially, I mean, I've been doing this for a long time,
Right.
so it's like you kind of already have a feel for it. So you're like, oh yeah, you could do this here, you could do this here. So I don't know all that. Like I've seen a lot of people where they do the renderings online and make it look all nice. Like give them a 3D print of what it's gonna look like, but it's like I still feel like there's nothing more like nothing better than just actually just start going with the flow and doing it. I think because sometimes you could do this rendering and then it's like something's off and it's like and then while you're there, you kind of start seeing like, oh, this is I could do here, this a lot of those things. Like even with the past shower, it was like she chose the tile color and she chose the what tiles and everything. So we're like, okay. But once we started laying it out, started doing the measurements and everything, we're like, okay, we're gonna have to do something here different. We're gonna have to do this. Like everything was custom. The bench was custom. The niche was custom. The shower valve, everything. We were just like, all over the place. And it was just, I built it to their necessities and to their liking pretty much. So that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of this stuff, it can't be, well, I mean, it can, but a lot of things, it's just, I like to just get a feel for it, go to the job site, demo everything out and then see what I'm working with bones wise, as I like to say.
Got you.
I wish I knew how to use some of that stuff, though. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I see some of these like renderings online. I'm like, man, like I need to learn how to do some of that.
It's not that hard. The only reason I say it, obviously, is because literally just like for example, I use ChatGPT a lot, right? But I use it for more than just looking at designs and stuff like that. Like I use it for all sorts of things. But what I have seen online and what I've used myself is like, let's say I want to landscape the backyard a little bit. So I'll say, hey, can you? So we have a porch. We have the porch in the back, and we want to extend it a little bit, but obviously we don't want to add more concrete, right? So we want to add pavers, and then we want obviously like small little rocks and stuff in between the pavers, fill it in. So I took a picture of the backyard as is, and I said, hey, can you extend it a few feet out, add 4 pavers in between how many posts there is, and then render it with gravel and stuff like that. So it'll actually come up with the idea. So because Media's not really like a visualization kind of person. She's more like she's more of a visualization, whatever. She sees shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
She's educated.
It's the beer. It's the fucking beer. She sees it. So she'd rather see it than think about it. So I built it for her and then she saw, she's like, oh, that actually looked pretty fucking nice. So that's what I'm saying. Like to get ideas here and there, or if are you opposed to your customers building something like that and then coming to you with it?
Oh no, if they could do that, that'd be perfect. It's kind of like a blueprint in a way.
In a sense.
Like my buddy Jose from Home Design, he told me about the one that he uses. Shout out to Home Design. He showed me what he uses, and I tried messing with it, and I couldn't figure it out. But when he does his layout, like his little renderings and everything, it looks nice, man. I was like, I always tell that, I was like, man, fuck, dude, I wish I could have figured it out.
It's just, I feel like you just got to be very, very specific, like to the T almost.
Well, with a lot of these things, I feel like I just have to like, it's gonna take time. But it's like with everything, you got to invest time and money into things to get better at it. And sometimes it's like, I get so caught up in everything that I don't even, I don't make the time or I just don't have it.
Yeah, because then you got to cut out time from somewhere else. Exactly. And there is 24 hours in a day, but it doesn't feel like that. Obviously, you got to get your sleep. You got to spend time with the wife, the baby, time for yourself as a man, like stuff like that.
And that's why another thing too that I started trying to do now is like not work weekends, because I used to work Monday to Sunday if I had to. Well, I just did this project on this weekend, but I hadn't worked during the week because I was taking some time off. So I was like, fuck it, well, I'll make up for it. So I worked this weekend, but a lot of the times, like, I'm like, nah, I don't want to work Saturdays and Sundays anymore. Or take days during the week off, and then if I have, then I'll, work Saturday and Sunday. But you do got to make time for yourself, for your family, for your kids, especially, there's no excuse like saying, oh, I got to work. I was like, dude, fucking money's going to come and go. Time doesn't, you can't waste the time like that.
Yeah. Do you feel like you were really overworking yourself before? Because you were beginning?
Not overworking, but I feel like I was just like, not time management either. I would say it's more like I was just trying to satisfy the customers and, and get stuff done and hurry up for them so they wouldn't be, because whenever something's running home and you're doing other stuff, like So, you're in their comfort zone now. So it's like they're not,
Yeah, I was gonna lead to something like that, but yeah, like, how do you feel about? Does it get weird sometimes, like awkward, like?
not. It doesn't get awkward, but like I'm very like, man, I don't want to be here too long because I don't want them to be uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Like again, at the end of the day, you're in their home. That's the hard part too. They trust you enough for you're in their home and everything, and it's just I used to try to like get it done fast enough, but at the same time, it's like if you really talk to people right and you're like, hey, you know what, we only work Monday through Friday, and sometimes people don't even want you to work on the weekends. You think that they do, but if you mention it to them, like, oh yeah, sure, but in reality they don't because that's their time off too.
yeah,
So that makes it hard. So yeah, it's a little bit of everything with everyone. It's just it depends on the customers. Some customers are real cool that you don't mind. Like the last people that I did those showers, they were real cool. Like, oh yeah, they'll text me like, hey, the back door's open, just come into the back door or to the front door, or just a bunch of stuff. They were real cool too. So I don't think it gets awkward. I don't think I've ever gotten to that point. I hope I never do, because that'd be weird. It would,
bro.
especially I think I do a good job of
Being personable.
no, not just that, but of breaking down my customers, like my potential customers. After so long, certain words will tell you like no, yes, certain particular little things. You'll be like, okay, you could read, like I could read them a little better. So I haven't had any issues with anybody yet. So that's the good part, man. So I've been able just to keep it going.
That's good, bro.
Yeah.
You're not an awkward person, anyways.
I mean, everybody is.
No, you're not.
I hope not. But
No, you are sometimes.
yeah, I think
Like
we
right
all
now,
are.
like it's just weird right now. It's funny because he came in here and obviously he's a great. What would you consider yourself, a craftsman?
I don't know. I don't see, like, it's like,
What's your title? I don't think I've ever asked you what your title is.
owner? I don't know.
Owner operator?
Owner operator, yeah, pretty much. Owner operator tech. Do a little bit of everything.
Comedian now. Look at this shit. So obviously he's a little bit of everything. So when he came into the garage, I was like, "Don't fucking judge me, please." I know my wife's gonna laugh at this shit because don't judge me. I try my best, and the good thing is nobody sees the flaws but you. But hey, at least the quality looks a little bit better than being inside of the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to everybody, man. Don't be afraid to do things. Take it. It's like I tell
whatever.
people, echando a perder se aprende. Like there's nothing wrong with that. If you need any advice, hit me up. I hate to be the guy to be like, do it this way, but if you really need some tips, let me know. I'll try to help the best I can. But dude, there's nothing wrong with this. It works. It's functional. It's what you need.
Yeah, coming from the guy that's judging me right now, but it's cool though.
I'm not
Hey,
judging you.
I'll take it to the chin. It's a beer talking. I haven't had a beer in like wow.
I honestly, I drank a Michi the other day, but like just
Amici.
Yeah.
I lied. I drank a Michelob on Wednesday, but that's it.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't drink anymore. I just like we went to dinner, had a beer.
Look at you going to dinner. That's crazy. That's crazy. Look at you. What are the next plans for Ivan Garza Remodeling or Garza Remodeling? In regards to, it's vague. I'm sorry. As far as the plans go, obviously you do what you do and you do it at a very, very high level.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you are going to start expanding yourself a little bit more and touching stuff that you've been wanting to touch?
That's what I was going to. Like there is other things I do want to do and I want to step into. So there's a couple of things that I have in mind that I would like to do. Yeah, like I said, right now I got my cousin helping me out. Hoping if it stays consistent enough, probably here in the future maybe get someone else, and that way I could kind of like start getting a little bit more jobs and just getting a crew going. It does get hard though because I'm a very not precise, but I'm very particular about how like things done, especially when especially like it's on homeowner houses projects. That's a little bit different compared to like the flips or the rentals. Those you got to be more detail oriented pretty much. And I'm very like, hey, no, let's do it this way. Or I always tell my cousin, like, I don't need you to be the fastest. I don't need you to be perfect. I just need you to, take your time and just, if you can't do it, let me know. I'll come help you, or just take your time on it. We don't want fast. We want it to come out right, so we don't have to have call back, or we have to fix it. Just take your time, make sure it comes out as perfect as possible. And that's the thing. But I do want to eventually grow. Like I said, right now it's me and him, and hopefully, maybe by next year, see if I can get somebody else. But there is other plans I do have in mind, so I don't want to. I don't want to step foot into that yet,
Yeah.
but hopefully here soon, we'll see if I could get those going.
Hell yeah, man. Well, whatever it is you do, honestly, you have a giant support system.
Oh, dude, my wife is my greatest supporter. I forgot to mention that, but she is, and I honestly don't think, like I said, she's been there since before any of this, and she helps me with everything. She helps me with the contracts, like a lot of the stuff. I don't, as you can tell, my punctuation, grammar, none of that. Everything sucks. So she's my
It doesn't
autocorrect and everything. So
Autocorrect.
yeah,
I've never heard of that one.
yeah,
That's a good one.
yeah. So yeah, man.
But you gotta have balance, though. You know what I mean? Like I feel this. I feel the same way. Like I'm definitely not what my wife is, so she balances me out. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's always gonna have balance. Always gonna have balance. Because if everybody's the same, it's boring.
It is. It does about literally. You read my mind.
You know what I mean? It's boring.
It's boring. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like she's very up to date on a lot of like the trends and stuff like that. She'll show me things. Sometimes like I see a lot of the stuff, but sometimes I don't see certain things. I'm like, oh, that's nice. Like, yeah. Oh, we should try that. I was like, yeah. Like I'm cool. Like again, she wants it. I build it. Let's get it.
You're her personal DIYer.
Yeah,
man.
pretty much. I don't mind it either.
Of course not.
I love it. It's my
Of
own.
course not.
Well, it was my own home, but yeah.
How's that process going so far? If you can really, if you can dabble into it, if not, it's fine. But
Nothing. Just
still
waiting.
going?
Yeah, it's still going. Waiting till the right time. See, pull the trigger on another one.
Oh yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Are you looking into getting into new construction or like, new construction, or are both of you wanting to get something of a fixer upper? Like, what's the plans? Like, what are the plans for the Garzas?
I think it's just whatever right moment, right time type of thing. She definitely wants new construction. I wouldn't mind it, but again, if a right deal pops up, I don't see why anybody wouldn't take it, especially someone that fixes it. So,
Right.
So
Somebody that can do everything.
Yeah, I mean the only thing is that it sucks because we wouldn't want to move in right away, but then I still have to work in order to keep the cash flow. So that's another thing. That's what I was telling her. I was like, if not, we could just get a new home, and then I already told her, as soon as we get a new home, I want to demo out the restroom. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Is that your specialty? Like, would you say that's your specialty? Is
No.
demoing restrooms or
No, I and someone just asked me the other day too. It's like, what do you specialize in? And it took me a while. I was like, man, like, I get a lot of showers, get a lot of tile stuff, but I get a lot of like, everything, vinyl flooring, paint. I mean, the things that I enjoy the most would probably be painting. I don't mind tile. But specialty, que te diga yo, like, oh, this is my thing. I don't know, man.
you don't have a favorite thing?
I like to paint. But like, see, I'm not a professional painter, but I just like to paint. Like, I don't think I'm a professional or anything. I'm just a person that does it. You get me? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like to put that like title to myself.
Because then you're held to another standard, or like,
No,
or you just
it's
don't want to
just-
sound cocky. Or
No,
like,
it's just like because it's like with this, we're always learning. So I don't feel like professional is a word that I could use whenever it's like I don't know everything. Like I could say I'm a
you're a well-rounded person.
yeah
I guess.
but I don't feel like I could say I'm a professional.
But your favorite thing to do is painting.
Yeah.
It's
because it's hard.
Bro, you do it on a daily basis. Like, what do you say? Like, obviously, you're not gonna say you nag at doing something, but when you walk into like a project or a project is handed to you, like, what do you say? Oh, fuck yeah! Like, I'm looking forward to this.
I think the one thing that probably a lot of people hate is probably painting cabinets. It's very tedious and like everything, but you know what? Now that we've got into this, it's one of those things where back then I would hate everything, but then it's just about like mindset, dude. It was really, there's been times where I'm on the job and I'm just like, fuck this. Like, I'm just want to throw in the towel and shit like that. But then one time I told myself, I was like, you know what, dude? No matter what, I'm going to fucking just be in a positive mindset. Even if it's something that, isn't going my way, I got to see the good part of it.
Right.
Like, now I'm learning not to do this. Because if you go into something with, with the negative mindset, the whole project's going to be shit.
Yeah.
Because fuck, now this, now that. And it's like, you don't want that. Like, just go in with the showers. There's a lot of things in these showers that I had never done, dude. And I told her, she goes, I was like, you know what? I haven't, but let's try it. Let's give it a try. And the whole time kept a positive mindset, kept, good attitude and everything came out smooth, dude. Like, it's sometimes even whenever you're just in that negative mindset, like, you can't troubleshoot as good as if you would be like, you'd have like a clear mind. So you're like, oh no, I messed up. Like, there's a solution to everything.
Yeah.
So you just gotta be like double look at things twice and just like slow down, take a breather, and then you'll be able to figure it out. And I think for me that's been the biggest thing. The mindset. Just be like, yeah, I can do this. Like, there's nothing I don't like. There isn't. I don't mind doing any of this. Like, I love it. Like, again, it's one of the things I was like, especially like whenever I do. We'll keep going back to Sharks. This is the latest project. But something like that, and every day, like before I would take off home, I was like, damn, this shit's coming together. Damn, this shit's looking good. Damn, I can't believe I'm doing this.
But that's part of loving what you do, though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's perfect. It's good to be, because Ivan, you look back at your work, and it's obviously it's permanent on videos. But you look back and you're like, God damn, like I really pulled that shit out. Yeah. Now I can add it to my resume. I do this now. I'm gonna add this to it. You know what I mean? So, like you said, yes, you are more seasoned, but you're definitely trying new things every single time that you do a project.
Yeah, because it's every like 2-3 months, there's new trends, new things popping up. So
let me ask you this, because I have a coworker of mine, shout out Fernick, who actually asked me this question. He goes, "Hey, do you still talk to the Garza Remodeling guy?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Does he do everything?" I'm like, "Yeah, for the most part, I think, as long as it's nothing that's gonna get him in trouble." And he goes, "It's because I've been wanting to." He started talking to me about his entire front yard. Right, it's huge. He goes, "I wanted to change some stuff, but I wanted to add is I'm gonna butcher it, so please don't kill me in the comments. But it's this Asian. I'm gonna say Asian. I don't know if it's Japanese or not. But have you ever seen those entrances or walkways where they have these
the palo sticking up and then the little
thing over?"
Yeah.
Okay, so he's like, "Do you think you can do stuff like this?" I'm like, "I don't know. Like, I'll ask him. Like, I'll send him a message." We got into another conversation after that, so I forgot. But is that something that you would be okay dabbling in, or like seeing like if you could maybe pull it out? Cause I told him you could just order it on Amazon. Mm-hmm. He goes, "Nah, but I'd rather have it be like custom made kind of thing."
It's one of those things where it's not, because that's like it's not something that's obviously gonna be precise and
right.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where like I wouldn't mind like, yeah, let's take a crack at it.
Try it.
Yeah, but see, like a lot of stuff like finished carpentry, that's one of the things where it's for everything. You gotta have the right tools, dude.
Right.
And there's people out there that just have the right tools. Like on that last job I used Builds by Mondo. Shout out Mondo. And he has all the right tools to get the cabinets precise. Everything square. Everything just good. And it's like I could do it, but I have to invest a lot of money to get all the tools. And it's like it's a whole ass process.
Yeah.
But no, something like that, yeah, that'd be definitely something that, like, yeah, let's take
it'd be cool, too, because he said that he's like, it doesn't have to be perfect because he wants to put vineyards on it. But as long as it looks like something similar to, it's like, oh, what's a cool little cultural thing to add on? Mm-hmm. I'm like, I don't know, I can ask. So that's kind of me asking.
Yeah. Yeah, hit me up.
Hit him up. I already gave you his number.
Yeah.
Is that your wig? Are you serious, dog? What are you, size 11?
10 and a half, I think. Pretty close.
Yeah, I'm a size 10.
Hey. I guess it depends on the shoe, huh?
Damn. These are 11s.
Yeah.
Can you tell? Look. They were on sale, so I wanted them.
Red tag special.
Hey, 50% off. Adidas. Sponsor me. Speaking about sponsors, see how I did it there? Oh, gotta hide the Nike socks. Fuck. Shit. Speaking of sponsors, bro. God damn, I feel like we were just talking about how you wanted to get sponsorships and people send you stuff so you can try new equipment and so on and so forth. Brother, you're swimming in shit.
Ah, dude, that's
Brother, you are swimming in shit.
Hey.
Every time you send something, every time I see something, every time I feel like I'm just looking at your Instagram and this stuff people are sending you.
yeah. It's
Obviously, it comes with hard work, comes with dedication, comes with being such a fucking awesome guy. But talk to me about how does it feel?
dude, it's amazing, man. It's one of those. One of them even sent Yasmin a message and like let him know it, like, hey, it was a whole ass thing. And I was like, dude, like people notice it. And it's like I told her, I don't have a lot of followers, but I had the right followers.
Yeah.
That's the thing that matters to me. I got followers from Maryland. Shout out David Paraguin, the Mexican carpenter. From Florida, my buddy Raul from Florida, and then a lot of people from Florida. Actually, I got quite a bit of people that do tile in Florida. Carlson Paint Paper from New York. Just a lot of people that I communicate with, and we all like help each other out. I was like, hey, what products do you guys use out there? Just talk, man. Like I said, I love this and I enjoy this and I want to bring the best results. So it's like, I just put my work out there and it's led me to a lot of, I got a lot of brands that follow me too. Like, some of the sprayers that I use, and all I did was just tag them and use your products. Cause it's like, I'm not going to tag and use products that I wouldn't recommend.
Right.
So, and then if I tag them, it's because I really do like them. Like one of the latest ones was Firm Grip. I've always used the Firm Grip gloves, and then they reached out, blah, 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 stuff got sent out to me. I'm just very grateful that I get things. QEP, for another example, they've sent me out a lot of stuff too, and I'm grateful for it. I love using their products. I was tagging them before somebody even ran their page, and then they finally ran their page, and they messaged me, and that's how it started. Pass Load. Crocodile cloths.
Crocodile cloths. What are those, bro? They look like white peas.
Dude, I don't do a job without them. I just bought a pack today. I swear, they're it's especially like, let's say paint spills or like grease or stuff like that. It cleans up everything.
Does it do old, like dried up paint?
Yeah, they have the paint ones, and they even have the power scrubs. But it has to be on a surface that could be cleaned. It like if you're trying to do it like on a drywall like this, it's pretty much hard.
The surface,
like a cement, it can. Yeah, it depends. But sometimes cement is very porous, so it'll absorb into it.
Yeah.
And if it's flat paint, that's a trick. If it's satin, you can just scrape it off with a knife.
Oh, okay. Gotta look into it.
Yeah. But yeah, dude.
Sponsor me.
I've been blessed,
I'm
dude.
just kidding.
It's honestly one of those things where I didn't even expect it. Everybody dreams about it. Like, heck yeah, hopefully, these brands send me things. But once they actually did, it's like, oh damn,
bro. It can't happen to the better guy, honestly.
Thanks,
because
man.
we literally talked about it. You literally threw it into fruition. Like, it couldn't happen to a better guy. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Like, we can talk all the shit that we want, but the hard work you put in, the stuff that we've talked about, like, it's meant to happen. It's meant for you to be successful. Obviously, it's not easy. It's never been.
Nothing's easy.
Nothing is ever easy, but it's, like I said, man, and I'll die on that word. It's not happening to a better guy.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Really appreciate it. I'm just, like I said, up to this day, it still surprises me, man. I'm just like, and it's not only that. It's brought me to a lot of, a lot of relationships with other people. Where we're able to communicate and whatnot, give each other pointers and stuff like that. I like to ask questions of it and everything. So, it's brought a lot to me besides just the free stuff. It's brought more knowledge, connections, all that. And that's the great part about it. And again, it's just at the end of the day is to bring better products, a better product or final product for my customers.
And to bring knowledge to other people on the come up that want to try products that they want reviews on. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that's, you're like the middleman right there.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, and it's like I said, I'm not going to recommend something, especially like, cause it's like certain products I'll test out like, okay, this is for like, what would benefit a homeowner? That's what I like. Sometimes, like I tell people, yeah, get this one. It'll be easier for you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you, hey, get this brush, because it's like if you don't know how to use a brush, getting one of the expensive brushes is not gonna make it any easier. Because those things, you gotta have a certain amount of time on it for able to get that right cut and everything.
Yeah.
And everything. It's more complex than what we think, dude. Everything, the right tools for the right job. That's the most important thing, to be honest with you. But Yeah, I mean, luckily I've been getting tools in for the right job, so that's the good part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I had always been wanting to ask you about those wipes, man. They look sick.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
dude.
use them on my kid.
Yeah, I don't know about. I mean, I've used them on my hands, but
Just kidding.
yeah,
Just kidding, bro.
I,
Icebreaker.
yeah. I always say,
Oh, my
man.
bad.
I was like, man, if I'm in the middle of nowhere and I gotta go,
Use a sock.
or just use wipes,
Well, wipe. What are they called again?
crocodile cloth.
Use them. Use them.
Yeah, get messy, gang. That's their little slogan.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Get messy, gang.
Shame.
Yep.
I'll take a chug for that one.
Yes, sir.
The other day, a little story time. The other day, I was obviously you raise your voice to your kids sometimes.
Oh yeah.
The other day, my daughter was getting not under my nerves, but she was getting angry at me because I wouldn't let her play in the front, right? So then I had to raise my voice like a grown man that I am, and I told her, "Hey, to the back." Obviously, she listened because I had to raise my voice. I asked her nicely. For you people out there that think I'm a think otherwise, yeah, bad parent. Then my dad hits me with it's telling my mom, kind of snitching on me, little rat, respectfully. He said, well, Eliana was playing with me in the front, and she was having fun, and then Bernie yelled at her, and my poor baby was sad and came to the back. And I thought to myself, I'm like, when the fuck would this man not yell at me because I wasn't doing something right? And now I'm the bad parent. Have you came into a situation like that? Because obviously we've spoken about our parents before, specifically our dads. Have you gotten into any kind of, not altercations, but like kind of like situations with your own man about stuff like that?
I knew it. I had a feeling it was gonna go there. I haven't talked to my dad in about a year and 6 months.
I did not know that, bro.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Again, different beliefs, different times, you know? So it's just one of those things where I had to put my foot down. Like you said, I'm not a pushover, so it's one of those things. But
How old is little Ivan?
gonna be 2. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna be 2 next month. Yeah.
Damn, man. I didn't know that.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
Now I kind of feel like an asshole. I wish you would have
Nah, dude, you're fucking
brought that up to me.
Nah, you're good. No, it's just
Different times, different beliefs, huh?
yeah, just we're not back in the days anymore. It's just one of those things where you don't agree with something, and it's you got to put your foot down and whatnot. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Damn, a year and 6 months. Now, different times, different beliefs.
Probably a little bit longer. It might be a little bit longer, give or take.
No sort of communication whatsoever.
Here and there, but it's like like text message. Yeah, it's nothing like that. It's not really communication. It's more like back and forth shit. And I'm not trying to do all that. I already got a lot on my plate.
Is it fixable?
It can be, but it's a thing where everybody has to put their part.
Yeah,
it can't just be one sided.
Oh, bro, I know the feeling.
Yeah, I think a lot of us do. I think it's a reoccurring thing amongst Mexican households.
Latino households.
Yeah, well, Latino households, anything where we things have always been a certain way, and nobody's ever said nothing until somebody says something, and then you're the bad guy, And it's like, nah, dude, it don't roll that way around here. So it had to happen. It just had to happen.
Do you feel like it was just tension going into you guys having the baby, and then kind of rolling into that, and just you finding the perfect time to really like bring stuff up in a sense, or?
I think it was just a bunch of everything at the same time. I think it was something that was bound to happen sooner or later. It was just bound to happen, and it just I feel like it had to happen because it's one of those things. Like I said, you can't just keep going along with it to accommodate others. You got to look out for you and what's best for your kid. And that's what I I feel like I'm truly doing, what I have to do. It's hard, man. You got to make those hard choices sometimes, and it kills you inside. But then again, if you're doing it with good intentions.
Damn, bro, I feel like we're always
leading back into this.
Not even that, but just like, because even before we had similar situations, and now we have very similar situations, and not to talk too much on it, but same thing. It's a family feud, and they try to get fixed on Easter, but it just couldn't, and it's been going on for now. Me and Meaty got married, what, 2021? 4 years. And we still haven't really spoken, and we tried speaking to the other party, and it ended up with my wife crying. And that's what broke my heart the most.
Like, man, it's one of those things where it's like, you can love people, but sometimes it has to be from afar. It's you got to look out for you at the end of the day.
You know what sucks about that two-way, though? Is that it's not just affecting us, it's affecting other people around us.
Yeah, it does. I stopped going around to family parties to avoid drama, to avoid issues. It's one of those things, but it's at the end of the day, I'm looking out for my family at the same time. Not just my cousins. I don't want to make a scene. I don't want it to escalate. I don't want her to do any of that. It'd
be worse.
Yeah, exactly. So I just, if you guys want to hang out, reach out. We can hang out some other time. But it's like, I want to avoid the drama. You live better without having to deal with so much of that stuff, man. It sucks. It sucks to say. Because, I wish, my dad was around, my mom, stuff like that. But it's hard. It's hard, whenever people have and are stuck in a certain mindset. It's just hard, but.
You know what? Obviously, I don't know the situation, but in ours, it just sucks when people can't admit they're wrong.
Oh, that's, yeah. It's one of the
sucks.
things.
It sucks when somebody and gracefully, like, we were able to say, you know what, I understand where you were coming from. We did take a part in X, Y, and Z, but then when that person literally just turns around and says, well, we can just move on, but doesn't say those words, like, and if they're gonna say it, it's not gonna come from the heart, kind of thing. It's just like, for what then?
Yeah, or another thing is for like I don't know how it was with you guys, but in my family it was always like, people get mad at each other, and then the next day they start talking to each other like nothing ever happened. Mm-mm. And it's like, no, dude, that solves nothing. It solves nothing. It's going to be the same reoccurring issue. So I was like, no, I got to put my foot down. And yeah, it's like a lot of people play victim to their own game sometimes too.
Yeah.
And it sucks. Like, I always tell my wife, like, man, I feel like I should, I feel like, people think bad of me. Thinking, oh, you don't talk to your parents, this and that.
Oh, bro, same.
And it's like, dude, it's not me, I wish things were better, but if they're not, and I just can't. People are like, oh, you got to be the bigger guy. I was like, where did that get me before? It's like, I'm not going to keep insisting whenever people are not willing to change. Like, I get it, nobody's perfect. But at the end of the day, you need effort, consistency. That's the thing that matters the most, And that's one of the things where I was like, no.
You know what, bro? And God damn, I hate you. Oh, fucking hate you. You know what sucks two-way? Because this, trono. Fuck it. You know what sucks two-way? What fucking sucks is not being a part of the family for 16 years, 12 years. But now, obviously, my wife's my best friend, like as yours is to you. My daughter's my everything, right? Her family means the world to me because they're my family now, right? But I feel like, I've told this in several occasions, like, I feel like the scapegoat. I feel like when I come around, I'm the black sheep. When I come around, I'm the one that's looked at weird. When I come around, all I care about is, all I see is, here we go again. A revolving door of bullshit. And it's not from everybody, because I no matter what, like, I'm going to walk in with my head held high. I'm not going to, like you said, I'm not a pushover. But I'm also not going to show up and be disrespectful. Mm-hmm. But I feel like every time I show up, I'm disrespectful. But because I'm there,
Yeah.
But I'm pushed into a corner where I'm like, I haven't been pushed into a corner since I was 15, 14, 13 years old. I'm 30.
Yeah.
you know, and I'm like, I'm hurting, bro. Like, because I have a shitty look on my face doesn't mean I'm not hurting. Like, I hurt.
No, dude, we
You
all
know,
do.
we all do.
And it's like one of those things where it's like, I can't show that to my son.
No.
You know, and it sucks because he doesn't know what a grandpa is. A lot of people are like, "Oh, it's because you're not letting him in." I was like, "No, that's not the option. That's not the deal. Like, it's more than that. Like, people are gonna hear what they are told. Again, I don't feel like I owe anybody an explanation, so I don't say anything.
Why go back and forth when
So I was like,
nobody's
fuck it,
mind's gonna change?
If people want to talk, let them talk. I don't give a fuck, dude. At the end of the day, as long as my wife and my son are taken care of, that's all that matters to me. And that's what matters to me. Like, that's my wife. That's my everything. She's been there from day one. Since before this, like I said, that's my ride or die, dude. So, as long as we're good, that's everything that matters to me, and that's it. And that's what, I would love for that to, be in a perfect world, but we're not in a perfect world.
No,
we're not, and shit's gonna happen. And it's like, another thing is, what example am I setting for my son if I'm just being a pushover, following the guidelines? It's like, nah, dude, I'm showing you that, you know what, you could do what you want, and not just do that. You do what you feel is right. That's the most important thing. Don't just, it's because it's always been this way. Yeah, but it doesn't always have to be that way. Mm-hmm. Things change, and so does, times change. We're not back in the 90s. We're not back in Mexico. We're not back in whatever, It's different out here. And people got to get, it's not, pues así es back in, no, it's not. It's not, man.
Sounds different, dog.
It's like, it's like it's always just a one-way street. When in reality, the street has two lanes, a back and forth. And that's how it should be, And it sucks because, we're everybody's put in predicaments like that. And it's like, but what else can we do?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. God, I didn't even think I was going to get this deep, to be going honest with you.
I told Jasmine yesterday, I was like, I didn't want to bring it up. I was like, but if it goes there, I'm going to go there. I'm not. I didn't want to be, the one to initiate it, but fuck it. It went there. And it's like a thing, too, where it's like, it's one of those things where, man, like, we should be able to speak our minds and not hold back.
We have to.
Yeah.
If not, then we're cooked.
Yeah, and it's
as humans, as men, as women, we're cooked.
Yeah, because then you're just like, you're not happy. You're not, and at the end of the day, that's all you really want, happiness.
That was my biggest fear, is being able to speak up, especially when it comes down to a significant other. Not my wife, but like my mother-in-law, my suegra, which I love. I hold near and dear to my heart. Like, speaking up against that woman broke me, bro. Like, broke me. This, like, yeah, she kicked me out twice from her house. That's cool. I was 15, 16. Yeah, I'd kick myself out too. Mm-hmm. But, like, sometimes the only meal I'd have to eat would be because of her. That kind of love, you know what I mean? For years, bro, because we dealt with our shit. We deal with our shit, but that's what broke me the most, is speaking up against her. Not even against her, but speaking my mind, because I didn't want to be that person. I don't want to be disrespectful.
Yeah, that's what it is. We don't want.
That's what broke my heart, bro.
Yeah, we don't want to be disrespectful. We don't want to feel like we're overstepping. But then if you think about it, they're not taking in consideration that they're overstepping or they're being disrespectful either. Yeah. And that's the hard part, dude. Because it's like I always say, just because you're older doesn't mean you're right. Just because you're older doesn't mean you know everything. Because nobody knows everything. I don't fucking know shit. Because it's like you live life and you roll with the punches, dude. You don't think, nothing ever works out as you plan.
Yeah.
Tú dices una cosa y Dios dice otra. Yeah. And that's how it is. You just got to take it. And it sucks, again, being like that. But at the same time, it's like you're really just doing it in hopes that one day things get fixed and they stay like that permanently.
But you're open to it.
No, yeah, I've been. But then it has to be a two-way street. It can't just be a one-way street. And it's not about people. It's another thing. Like, again, people act victims to their own game, and it's like they feel like they did nothing, and you can't even speak up because then they feel offended. But it's like, dude, like, well, your words hurt too, And that's like I've always been a very chill person. I always have. But I have said so many things to my dad and my mom, replying back to their messages, that I just, it was just in me, because I had so much built up anger, so much stuff, that I just had to let out. And it was just like, I've never felt better that I did let it all out, because I feel like it had to be out there and had to be known. Because if not, it was just going to keep building up. It was just going to keep building up. And it's like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
And it sucks. But it's like, yeah, just because they're our parents, and in no way did I ever want to be disrespectful. But whenever, you feel disrespected, you kind of, you dish out what they dish to you. And it sucks because, there are parents. But at the end of the day, again, we're looking out for ourselves. We're looking out for everybody. Not just, I'm not going to say I'm looking out just for me. Obviously, I want those the best for Ivan, too. But it's just one of those things where it's like, dude, it's not, things were not consistent. It weren't reciprocated and stuff like that. And it just sucks, dude. It only honestly just sucks. But hey, it is what it is now, and we just keep pushing forward and keep going with it, man. Nothing else we can do. I mean, we can't dwell on it. That's just gonna hold us back.
Yeah. Fuck. Feel better?
I mean, I've been letting shit out, so I've been feeling the same.
I feel better.
Yeah, that's good, man. I'm glad you were able to,
God.
let some steam out.
God.
It's needed, man. It is needed. It is needed. Sometimes it's all right to cry.
And we're unmasking it, dog.
Yeah.
We're unmasking it. It's just like you said, like I'm okay with confrontation. I'm okay with it. I welcome it. You know what I mean? I've been, but I haven't been in a while. I've been a pushover, and I never will be again. You know what I mean? So I hope everything. Obviously, I'm gonna wish you the best and wish your family the best because I love you, bro.
Likewise,
and I hope as everything happens as it should be, as it's supposed to be, not as it's forced to be, which is the most important thing to learn. You know,
and it's just one of those things. It's like I don't know. It's like it's crazy to say, but it's like I've never felt like closer to God in a way. Like I don't know, dude. It's just like no matter what, I see the day as a blessing. You see this as a blessing. My son as a blessing. Like I'm not a churchgoer, but that does not it doesn't reflect on my faith.
right?
And I'm just like, man, like I don't think I would feel the way I feel if he didn't want me to feel the way I feel. If he didn't want me to do something about it, That's crazy to say, like, because you're totally going against your, not going against your family. You're kind of standing up for your own family. And there's always this thing that I remember that says, don't let or it's like, la familia que viene de ti es más importante de la que tú vienes. And it's facts, bro.
Yeah.
It is. And it's like, that's my main priority, my family. My wife, and my son.
Yeah.
And that's like I was saying, like it's one of those things where it's like, man, I just go with life the way it comes at me, and I try to see the good in everything. That's how I go about it.
You have to.
You do.
Damn way. We're at an hour and 5.
Which is expected with this.
Expected. That flew by. Before the podcast ends, would you like?
Well, technically, we missed out a little time because we had some,
Yeah, the 4 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes. Yeah, you're right, about 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like what anything else you wanna talk about, you wanna get off your chest, you wanna bring up to light or anything?
No, I'm just if you guys just need work or
Oh no, so say it better. Come on, give them the spotlight.
I mean, if you guys are looking for any type of remodels, you want to upgrade your home or you just want something custom, let me know, man. Let's see what we could get done for you. And don't be afraid to reach out. I got my number on my page. You can follow me at Garza_remodeling on Instagram. I stay up to date on it. Try to post as much as possible. I got 32 or 33 Google reviews if you want to check that. That's crazy. That's a lot of the referrals I get too. Google, sometimes Instagram, and it's just I don't even pay for it. It's just all word of mouth or just because of the testimonials from my clients.
Google reviews come in handy.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they come in handy.
That's
a lot of older people use Google reviews.
That's how I got the showers.
Google reviews?
Yeah, she looked at the Google. Well, I don't know if she followed me on Instagram first and then saw my Google reviews or vice versa.
Yeah,
yeah,
because Instagram only speaks so much.
Yeah, I think Instagram for me is just more showing off what I do.
Yeah,
I just like to show it off, dude. It's like
it's great work. It's great work.
See, it's. I'm not gonna say it's not, but I know there's things I could work on, and that's what I try to do. I try to learn as much as I can every day. We all learn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, on a daily basis, brother.
Yeah, on a daily basis, man.
Yeah. Where'd you get that designs for Garza Remodeling?
Oh, dude. The which one? The
That one right there. Not the design, but like the layout.
what do you mean the layout?
Yeah, like the Garza remodeling established.
Oh, you think I got it from you?
Oh.
No, I actually sent.
Shout out to the Unmasked Podcast coming out with amazing collaborations without even knowing about it.
I actually got. I don't know if you've seen the Dirty Hands, Clean Money hat.
I did.
Yeah, so I got that one, and then there's a Dodger hat that I had bought, and I kind of sent her these pictures like I want something similar to this, and now that I think about it, it's similar to your shit.
Yeah, she probably saw the Unmasked Podcast, just didn't follow it yet. Five collection, follow me. That's todo? That's it?
Yeah, man, just keep doing your thing, dude. I love it. You know, I keep up with it. You know, keep doing you, bro. Don't let anything stop you, man.
Thank you, bro.
Keep a positive mindset. Just keep pushing forward, dude.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you one thing before we log off. The one thing I always remember, Ivan, that you say is just be consistent. When's the next podcast? That's always in the back of my head. So if you see my calendar now, it's as filled up as can be. Getting ready for especially getting into the summertime and not getting lazy about it. So thank you, bro, for always being the rock in my shoe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In the positive way.
You better get an AC up in here for the summertime.
We're looking into it, baby.